In 1995, a man named McArthur Wheeler decided to rob two banks in Pittsburgh. He did not wear a mask. He did not wear a disguise. He simply walked in, holding a gun, smiled at the surveillance cameras, and took the money. Later that night, the police showed up at his door and arrested him. Wheeler was shocked. He stared at the police and said, "But I wore the juice." Wheeler believed that because lemon juice can be used as invisible ink, putting lemon juice on his face would make him invisible to video cameras. He was not crazy. He was simply incredibly wrong. This bizarre story inspired two psychologists named David Dunning and Dunning Kruger to study a fascinating phenomenon in the human brain. We now know it as the Dunning Kruger Effect. The effect is a cognitive bias, where people with low ability at a task overestimate their ability. Put simply, incompetent people are too incompetent to realize they are incompetent. It explains why you have that one uncle who thinks he knows more about vaccines than doctors, or why a karaoke singer who is completely tone deaf thinks they sound like Beyonce. Imagine a graph of confidence versus knowledge. When you learn a little bit about a new subject, your confidence shoots up to the maximum level. You think you know everything. This peak is famously called Mount Stupid. But as you learn more, you start to realize how complex the topic actually is. You realize how much you do not know. Your confidence crashes down into the valley of despair. Only with years of hard work does your confidence slowly climb back up. This is the slope of enlightenment. The problem is that many people get stuck on top of Mount Stupid. They suffer from a double burden. First, they lack the skill to make the right decision. Second, and more importantly, they lack the knowledge to recognize that their decision is wrong. To know you are bad at grammar, you need to know the rules of grammar. If you do not know the rules, you will think your writing is perfect. This is a failure of metacognition, which is the ability to think about your own thinking. On the flip side, this effect also explains why smart people often doubt themselves. This is called imposter syndrome. Experts realize how much they do not know, so they underestimate their own competence. They assume that if something is easy for them, it must be easy for everyone else too. So, do not laugh too hard at the lemon juice bank robber, because we are all him in some way. We all have blind spots. We are all standing on top of Mount Stupid regarding subjects we have never studied. The only way to escape is to practice intellectual humility. True wisdom is not about knowing everything. As the philosopher Socrates famously suggested, true wisdom is knowing that you know nothing.